Hello YouTube! Spiral Abyss has recently reset and updated for version 3.2 for Genshin Impact, and I wanted to provide a quick little guide for floor 12 in specific for people who may be having some difficulties and troubles with that. So for Chamber 1, we have the Kairagi along with the Eremites. Having a crowd control unit would be definitely beneficial for that. And there's also a couple more on the second half of that as well. With some primal constructs, I'd recommend bringing Dendro and Electro so you can actually immobilize them when they do turn invisible. We have Ruin Drakes and Ruin Scouts on the first half for Chamber 2. So I'd recommend bringing like your Freeze team, your National team, maybe Electro Charge, whatever is best suited in whatever team comp you have best built. Maguu Kenki is the same. Maguu Kenki, we fought him many times before. First half on Chamber 3, though, Primordial Baptismal Vishaps, which I think there are 4 little baby ones. So having crowd control like a Venti or a Kazuha would definitely help. And of course, you have the algorithm on Chamber 3 for the second half, which Dendro and Electro, again, I want to try to stress it enough, is going to be key. And you guys will end up seeing that in this video. Alright, so for Chamber 1 here, there's going to be 2 guys that spawn on the west side, the left side of my screen currently. They're rocking scimitars, I think is the correct name for the weapon. It's a curved blade. And these 2 characters I end up focusing on first and letting the other characters funnel in is because these guys are the tankier ones for me, which I've noticed throughout my time of clearing the Spiral Abyss. The other guys are going to come close to you anyways, even if you don't have a crowd control unit. So you can see that I don't even have an Animo character. I don't have an Animo main character, Kazuha or Venti, and everyone just takes collateral damage. Focus on the guys who have the more HP pool, which were the guys that has the curved blade. As you can see, he was like one of the last ones to go down, and then focus on the rest one. For the second wave, you can see the Dancer is probably the one that you're going to want to focus on, and the one that I ended up focusing on, because the other guys, like I said, will walk in, be collateral damage, and they will just eventually die as you are spitting out AoE damage to the Dancer and the Kairagi. You want to make sure that these Kairagi die at the same exact time, because if you end up killing one and not the other guy is going to get a power boost. He's going to be hitting harder. He's not going to get staggered as frequently or staggered at all, and his HP is going to be going up. So make sure you guys try to prioritize killing them both at the same time as you are focusing on that Dancer. Now, quickly switching over to the second half for Chamber 1, there are 3 primal constructs that spawn. If you focus on the guy on the left and just wait there, right, the other 2 will kind of come closer in, as you can see on the screen. They are pretty much grouping up for you without you having to do anything. After that, pop all your abilities, whatever team comp you guys are running. For this, I'm using Dendro and Electro because it is boosted up for this current Spiral Abyss. If you guys want to take advantage of that. And as you can see, with just Amber, or main character, Cole, Lisa, and Barbara, we are shredding those guys. Look at how quick they ended up going down because of Hyper Bloom. Now, for these last 2 enemies that end up spawning, I would say go for the bow character. The guy who's the melee one, in my opinion, has always grouped up with me as I'm focusing on the female archer. So try to focus on the female archer. She's gonna be trying to do some whirlwind tornado abilities and prevent you from actually being able to do anything, and it's very aggravating and annoying. So focus on her first, and then the guy will be collateral damage. If you guys are having difficulties with them, the enemies that they end up summoning, you can end up killing those. It'll put them in a weakened state, which will allow you to actually do more damage to them without putting yourself in harm's way. So just keep that in mind if you guys are having difficulties cleaning them up. Alrighty, jumping over to Chamber 2, first half, pretty self-explanatory. We have 4 Ruin Guards here, or not Ruin Guards, but 2 Ruin Sentinels, and then the Ruin Drakes. I would probably recommend having a Freeze team so these guys wouldn't run all over the place, but if you do not have a Freeze team comp, then I'd probably say focus on the Ruin Sentinels. I feel like they are always going to be kind of out of the frame anyways. Focus on the Ruin Sentinels, and then the Drakes should be collateral damage, as they are going to be wanting to headbutt you and run into you, and that is pretty much the guide for floor or Chamber 2 first half. Freeze team comp or focus on the Ruin Sentinels and let the Ruin Drakes be collateral damage. Alright, now I don't know if we need a guide for this one. Chamber 2 second half, it is everyone's favorite. He is back again. It is the one and only the Maguu Kenki. Now, it's only one of the Maguu Kenkis, and we all know during the wind-up phase that you can't do any damage, so try and build any energy if you end up wanting to, if you don't have your ultimates already charged up. And this guy has 2 phases. So once you do about like what 20% of his HP, he'll go into the second phase where he ends up summoning a clone to fight with him, and then you'll be able to start finishing him off after that. I have noticed that if you end up backing him into a corner before he tries to leap backwards to do his abilities in the second phase, he might not actually leap back. So if that little advice does help you, let me know. You can always try and back him into a corner, and then he'll less likely try and jump back to get away from you, and you have to cover that ground and run after him. So yeah, Maguu Kenki, pretty straightforward. All right, and last but not least, we have Chamber 3 first half with the 4 baby Baptismal Vishaps. Of course, you can use some crowd control units. Venti, Kazuha would be most beneficial here. I am just showing off Noel, Xiangling, Amber, and Kaya. They do, whenever they hit you, they do suck your energy away. So make sure you guys are dodging those abilities, or at the very least, make sure you guys have your ultimates already out before they end up hitting you. Because that would mess up your rotation. So all you have to worry about with these guys is trying to focus on dodging their attack so your energy doesn't get depleted. Maybe have a crowd control unit. Venti or Sucrose and Kazuha are very strong here. And if you guys do want to try and back into a corner, it might be a little bit easier to try and swing at them and do AoE damage. All right, here we are, guys. Floor 12, Chamber 3, second half against the Algorithm, the final boss. I've been trying to beat the Algorithm on YouTube for the longest time, and I've never succeeded. Hopefully, I can help you guys end up beating the Algorithm in Genshin Impact. So you definitely want Electro and Dendro for this guy. For his abilities. I've noticed something though. I think a lot of people have issues when he goes invisible, but you can see that I marked him, right, with Lisa. When he goes invisible right now, I can see where he is. I hit him with Dendro, and then I charge up Lisa, zap him. He's immediately immobilized, and you can start your rotation. I pop all my ults here, and we just end up doing a lot of damage. I think most people end up trying to, so you can do that. You can use Dendro and Electro if you can find him when he's invisible, and then you can immobilize some very quick stagger and then go in, do big damage. Or you can break the constructs that he ends up summoning. You will end up needing to do Dendro damage to it. So you're going to need Cole, Tainari, Dendro main character. This is definitely the easiest and fastest way that I noticed so far. So if you guys are having issues when he goes invisible, he just did it again. I marked him. I see that he's a 3 over there invisible. Hit him with Cole, charge up with Lisa, zap him. Unfortunately, I think the Dendro ran out, so we had to end up throwing Cole's thing back over, but as you can see, he went down with ease. So if this was your biggest problem against the Algorithm, then this is an easy and quick solution for you guys. Make sure you guys are bringing a Dendro character, make sure you guys are bringing an Electro character, and he is literally a walk in the park after you guys nail that one trick. You can also use Zhongli. I've noticed Zhongli with the defense or the reduction on the resistance also works. And there's probably other characters out there that also can show you where he is when he does go invisible. So hope this helped. And that is it right there. That is how I ended up getting 3 stars on the final chamber here with just these 8 characters. No crowd control unit needed. Of course, I think a lot of people said that this abyss was the easier abyss compared to most. But if you guys were having difficulties and you guys did need this guide, please do let me know down in the comments if you would also like to see more guides like this for future abyss rotations that end up getting released. I will be more than happy to end up doing this for you and showing you how it's possible to get it done without having to use the whole like Kazuha, Venti, Sucrose, or whatever like team comps that most people end up running. We kind of get out of our comfort zone a little bit and show you what's possible and show you what's not, and find easier ways around some boss mechanics. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please do give it a thumbs up and a like. Definitely help me beat that YouTube algorithm. And if you guys want more of this, let me know down below in the comments section. Hopefully this video helped, and I will see you guys in the next one.